What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr., 9-time world champ, 4 different weight divisions, pound for pound, the best to ever do it. And I'm rocking with my girl Shan right here on whatever it is we on.
That's right. Yes. Hey guys. Hey guys. Well. The controversy is entered the Buddhism. It's a house of clowns where the judges reside. In the Buddhism. The circus is in town. It's in the Buddhism. Roll up, step right up, roll up. The circus in town. The circus Buddhism. So, Artur Beterbiev beats Dmitry Bivol in a majority decision. The corruption was in the Buddhism. Where shall we start, gang? Where shall we start? So, I predicted, as you guys know, a Dmitry Bivol victory via majority decision. Strange that, isn't it? Thought it was going to go that way for Dmitry because one judge was going to say it was a draw and the other two judges was going to say Dmitry won. Oh, it was the opposite. Strange. So out the gate, Dmitry Bivol comes out and he's fast and fluid and he wins the first 3 rounds. He jabs the face off Artur Beterbiev. Artur couldn't really get to Dmitry because of Dmitry's, like I said, constant movement. But Dmitry stood and held centre ring as well for those 3 rounds. And still, I gave all 3 rounds to Dmitry Bivol. He was accurate. He was throwing the most. Artur Beterbiev didn't really throw much in those rounds. He clipped Dmitry Bivol, I think, with a couple of hooks, but nothing. He just literally seemed to be very slow off the mark. I think by the time it got to like rounds 3, 4, Beterbiev started to warm into the fight and he started to try and walk Bivol down. But there was times where Bivol absolutely kept Beterbiev very honest, guys. Because I saw when Beterbiev got pushed back, because Dmitry Bivol has respectable power. He's not pillow-fisted. But I saw that Artur felt this was a very complex puzzle that he was trying to solve. And he was a different Beterbiev in the way that he knew he just couldn't try and walk through shots. He still had to proceed with absolute caution. And every time he would embark on trying to get to Dmitry would keep him honest with that true Dmitry style 1-2, straight through the guard, jab to the body, mixed it up levels. Beterbiev did return fire with a great shot to the body, which I feel hurt Dmitry, and you saw him dress back. You saw him, back foot it. But all in all, Artur Beterbiev, we were sitting at the edge of our seats, knowing that he was closing in on the distance, try and get to Bivol. Bivol in the end was on the back foot. But on the back foot, when he was on the back foot, he's an at-range fighter. And he still landed the better shots, the better combos. I mean, Beterbiev at one point fired like a 9-punch onslaught, which I was like, whoa. Dmitry, that was a counter combos to Dimitri's like 6-7 shot selection. It was chess, nothing checkers about it. But we were on the edge of our seats saying, it's just going to take one shot and Dimitri's probably going to be on the floor. Dmitry caught a vast majority of Beterbiev's shots on his gloves, because we all know he's the master of defense and he will open up with some offense. But he took his foot off the gas for, I would say, a couple rounds. But what would happen is that Dmitry Bivol, where it was a strong maybe couple Beterbiev rounds, Dmitry would nick those rounds at the end. And then it would be vice versa, where Dmitry was dominating the round and then Beterbiev would turn up the heat and for the last 20, 30 seconds would nick. Well, I think to the judges, that made him nick the rounds, hence why they scored what they scored. But for me, it's about the fighter who wins the majority of the rounds. Now, there were a couple rounds where Dmitry seemed very tired. He was starting to get peppered quite a lot. The guard was being broken by Beterbiev, and it was peppering Dmitry. And there was times where he was catching it on his gloves, and his gloves were hitting his face. If you watch it, I think these judges were giving maybe the swing rounds because there were some tight rounds. But if you give the swing rounds to Beterbiev, I think that's what they were doing. God, it was, I think, because they thought or saw that Beterbiev is front foot dominant, they decided, yeah, he's in the lead. I saw the stats at one point, 50% of shots landed for Dmitry Bivol. I had the similar card to Chris Mannix in the first good half of the fight. It did start to change where it got to like 4-3. And then it was like 5-3, you know. And then it was like 5-4. Then it was like 5-all. And then I had Dmitry Bivol winning that fight 7 rounds to 5. Now, the judge that had it at the worst a draw, fine. But they had, one judge had Beterbiev winning by 2 rounds, the 115-113, which I had that for Bivol. And the other judge had him 116-112 for Beterbiev, 8 rounds to 4. There is no way in God's green earth that Beterbiev won 8 rounds. It just wasn't. You could even see after the fight how the body language was. Beterbiev's corner. Oh, yeah. And in the corner, at the time, because I couldn't listen to all corner instructions, of course, because I'm calling the fight live, so it's muted. When I've looked back at the corner instructions, they're like, I think by like round, I want to say like round 9 or 10, you need a knockout to win this Beterbiev. Because shouts out to Dmitry Bivol, stop that knockout spree dead in the waters. You're not knocking me out, mate. You saw how deflated that team Beterbiev looked. And you saw how elated that team Bivol looked. And I was like that. You got to look at my reaction because it was crazy. Here's my reaction. Stand by. Chris Mannix thinks it's a draw. You guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Chris Mannix thinks it's a draw.
Hope not. I want an undisputed result. I want an answer today.
I'm scared it's going to go down the draw. So that's what I said. This is going to be razor thin. A hair in my eye, and I don't know where it is. I can feel it. I can't see it. Oh, God.
No way.
Fucking way!
Wide as well. One draw, one by 2 points, one by 4 points.
Yo!
Wow.
Oh,
Those, when they read it out, that had Bivol all over it.
I thought they would say Bivol. What the hell?
And he said Artur.
No, mate. Nah, mate.
Okay.
He's done.
No. I think Bivol. I can see that for Bivol, but not Artur.
I
We
said it
got
was
to
going to
do
be
a
MD tonight.
You did.
Got to do a
Yes,
rewatch.
but the wrong guy.
I knew it was going to be. Listen, but Bivol won that.
We got to do a rewatch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do.
I absolutely thought that Bivol would win. As you can see, you saw all of our reactions right there. It's crazy. Artur Beterbiev, don't get me wrong, he's a beast, but I think that Bivol made him look very much human, very much human. I saw flaws in Beterbiev that I'd never seen really before. I mean, I've seen Beterbiev down on the cards. He's a great boxer. He's not one of them one-dimensional fighters where he's just solely a puncher. And that's what he said, like, going the distance actually made him realise how good a boxer he is. And yes, he is. That's never in doubt. But he looked human. He looked more like a mortal than an immortal. But in some areas, it was just like when he needed to ramp it up, he did. And like I said, Bivol did take his foot off the gas. I would say in a round. There was a round, I think it was more the mid rounds where Dmitry looked like he was knackered. But then there was a round where Beterbiev looked like he was knackered. Because remember, he's never gone the distance. And Dmitry Bivol is always used to going the distance. My friend said to me, does Dmitry Bivol, when he came through in the ring walk, does he look a bit gaunt in the face? And I was like, yeah, he does. Maybe this Saudi weather, because, they're Russians. And they're not used to, who is used to 50-degree weather and 40-degree weather at like 1 a.m? Like nobody. And I saw his cheeks poking out and I thought, oh, maybe that rehydration process didn't go too well. Because you've rehydrated, but you look very much still dehydrated. I don't know if any of internal things have played part that Dmitry on the night could tell us, or I'd like to hear Artur Beterbiev how he dealt with the heat and things like that coming from, he's a Chechenian or whatever, Chechenian Russian, it's not a joke. These people are used to Siberian weather. When those points were read out, Dmitry Bivol, just humble gentleman in victory as he is in defeat. And you could see he was pissed off, hurt, really emotional behind the eyes, upset, but he tries to keep a certain amount of stoicism. And you could see that one hurt. And rightly so. He was like, congratulations to Artur. I have to be perfect. I wasn't perfect. Artur Beterbiev said, critiqued his performance, but I get it. It was critiquable. It wasn't as nearly as much critiquable for Dmitry Bivol at all. Not at all. Getting all up in, why you all in my grill? The Missy Elliott ones. Shouts out to Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Spliff Star, Sierra, all performing. It was fucking epic. I'm a bit impatient at the Riyadh card sometimes because I don't want the concerts, but this one, they actually got it right. A medley of different artists, in, out, do your thing, and shouts out. It was great. I think they listened to us because we did say the cards can drag, but I mean, you saw the travesty with Ben Whittaker. Shouts out to Fabio Wardley, starched Fraser Clark, broke his whole face. I saw that dent as he landed, face caved in one round. Fraser Clark looked like he was definitely having some kind of mini stroke. His He's like that, frozen in the corner. And I was afraid. Listen, I think personally, when you get such a reaction like that, it's your body saying, I don't do well to, you know, brain trauma. I mean, nobody does. Genetically, some people can recover better than others. That one was too scary. Yes, he got carted off to hospital, and so should he. I heard he's in surgery. Prayers and thoughts for Fraser Clark, but that was too scary. I think you should hang him up, be a Sky pundit, a boxer pundit, a commentator. Leave the fight game, because you're not going to be a world champ and trying to become one while getting battered like that. Punch resistance didn't seem to... It wasn't even to do at that point of punch resistance. Fabio Wardley hit him with that right hook, and that was all she wrote. Very pretty much kind of like with Anthony Joshua, but didn't have a seizure. But those types of shots, no bueno. But anyway, I may have to do more videos breaking down everything else. But yeah, shouts out to Dmitry Bivol. Like I said, a gentleman in victory, humble in defeat. But there's going to be a rematch, and you're going to win. It's rematch city. I don't want to hear people go, oh, you know, I like to see people go, watch people go, yeah, we need a rematch. Okay, yeah, just keep the same energy, because I like rematches when they're warranted across the board. Anyway, title fights should have a rematch. Like Anthony Joshua, you lot are moaning. But Bivol and Beterbiev should have one. But Joshua and Dubois shouldn't have one. Interesting that, isn't it? So yeah, there will be a rematch. Turkey Al Sheikh said, I had Bivol winning 2 rounds up. Yeah, 7-5 like me, Al Sheikh. Just like me. But commiserations to Dmitry Bivol, and congratulations to Artur Beterbiev. Oh. Yep. The new undisputed 175 light heavyweight champion of the Wizzy world. Anyway, guys, I'm gone. Hey, girl, it's Leah the Shan rep nonetheless. Come box with Shan. Gun. Oh, my God. Dimitri's belt. Lift the booties in. Gun.